tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. And right away, whistles and a flag down. And I believe we'll start the night with a 1st and 15. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
On the tackle.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Second and 13. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. A good chance this is 4 down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle. Going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense holds on the Knights' opening drive. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back on that counter play?
That's what you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Makes the score.
So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter.
The score, Lions 10, Bears nothing. Tucker McCann set to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
And they're on the 17-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
The 37-yard line.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the Lions' 45-yard line.
He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 40.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
With the score, Lions 10, Bears nothing.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, it wasn't so much that it looked like the offense was threatening. They were. I mean, they had great field position, but how about the defense on that one? Huge stop on 3rd down. It wasn't just a stop. Look at the loss of yardage, and it changes the play calling and the thought process for the offense now. Big-time play for the D, and now they have
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, You could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
Second and a yard at the 30-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's complete to Marshall on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
And the Lions first down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Bears will take over at their own 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
We can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, Heavy, what you got?
And the ball is knocked out, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And now off to the races, down the right side, and into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. And his pass incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Bears. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Yard line.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
He's got his man on the crossing route.
That's good.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
23-yard line.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down.
Gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 4.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. Touchdown, Cole Kmet. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with fake praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Taking a shot here for Marshall. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Cole Kmet, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. Second straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Touchdown, Chicago! A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And it's third down.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Bears take over.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself...
And nothing but daylight ahead. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Bears 21, Lions 10. Michael Dixon.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. He'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
First down, Detroit.
They're going to look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Back at the 30.
So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Second and 15. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Taking a shot here for Marshall. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
55, mark, 55. Check pass, check pass. Check three, check three, check three.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He'll look to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit at 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. That's thrown to Smith-Schuster out wide. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
He can run, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. It's their quarterback. His first touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Michael Dixon.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. Now, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
And again this time to the tailback. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now a handoff here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Bears take over.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Flushed out right. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Up 2nd and 11.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
The pass.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now back to throw. Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Komet with a 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Bears 35. Lions.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Tonight.